Hi everyone, welcome to Imaging Study. Today we are going to see a case of hematocolpos and hematometra. An 18-year-old female patient came with primary amenorrhea. She complained about the lower abdominal pain and lower urinary tract symptoms. On clinical examination, the clinician found it to be a case of imperforated vagina. Let's see what we have got on ultrasound. Here you can see the longitudinal section of the pelvic region. You can see the uterus over here. This is the fundus, this is the body, and this is the cervical region. And you can see a huge amount of collection at the level of vagina. Here on transverse section, you still can see this huge amount of collection at the level of vagina, which is hypoechoic with low level internal echoes. If you see this lesion at the adnexal region, you can easily say it as an endometrioma. So when you see it within the vaginal cavity, then you can easily see it as hematocolpos. You can see the partially filled urinary bladder, and the lesion is compressing the urinary bladder, as you can understand from this picture. So whenever you see this case, you definitely have to check the renal condition to see the presence of any hydronephrosis. Here is another view with different preset. You can see fine low-level internal echoes. If you see carefully, the texture of the fluid is not homogeneous. Actually, it is heterogeneous. You can see relatively hypoechoic area and relatively hyperechoic area, which indicates that the density of the fluid is different from area to area. This is very common when the patient has repeated menstrual bleeding going on within this area. So the echogenicity of acute blood differs from the old one. Here's the view. You can see this hematocolpos over here. The collection within the vaginal cavity approximately measures around 280 milliliter, which is quite high. Now, if you look carefully, this fluid collection is not only confined within the vaginal cavity, rather it is continuous with the cervical canal. You can see this fluid is not only confined within the vaginal cavity, it extends through the cervical canal and extends up to the upper part of the uterine cavity. So this fluid collection, when you see within the uterine cavity or endometrial cavity, we call it hematometra. Here's another view. You can see this collection within the endometrial cavity at the level of the body of the uterus, indicating hematometra. Here's the measurement of the endometrial collection at the level of the body of the uterus. So we can say it as a case of hematometra and hematocolpos. You can see the myometrium is not thinned yet. If we measure the uterus, it's still normal in size. Here's the view with color Doppler ultrasound. You can see the myometrial vascularity. In case of hematometra with thinning of the myometrium, sometimes you will see very less amount of vascularity within the myometrium due to the compression of the vessels. Here's the transverse section of the fluid at the vaginal level, and you can see surrounding regular vascularity. Here's the picture of the color Doppler on longitudinal section. In case of hematometra and hematocolpos, you should check the adnexal region and pouch of Douglas to see any collection or hydrosalpinx, as the fluid may extend up to the tubal region or up to the pelvic cavity. We couldn't see any hydrosalpinx in this case, and the pouch of Douglas was quite normal. These are the pictures of the ovaries, which are also normal in size. Now we want to see the hydronephrosis in this patient because this amount of hematocolpos may cause compression over the urinary bladder and also the vesico-ureteric junctions. So there might be a presence of hydroureter or hydronephrosis. In this case, fortunately, there was no hydroureter or hydronephrosis present. Let's use a different transducer. Here I am taking this picture with the volumetric transducer. Using different transducer may give you different picture quality. Now you can see the heterogeneity of the collection quite well. Here's the picture with the volumetric probe. Now I'm not using the volumetric probe only to see the grayscale images. Rather, I want to take some 3D pictures from this uterus. Let's see that. Here's a multiplanar image taken with the volumetric probe. I have chosen this part to be demonstrated on a 3D image, and you can see the 3D picture here. You can see this is the uterine cavity containing the fluid, and this is the cervical region, and you can see a huge amount of fluid at the level of vagina. Let's see the same picture with different setup to get a different or a better view. Another similar picture. Here is another three-sectional view showing the hematometra and hematocolpos. And here is another one with different contrast setup. You can choose any of the picture and you can magnify it to provide a better picture. Here you can see the collection within the uterine cavity and vaginal cavity quite well. You can also choose the tomographic imaging technique and choose the slices you want to be demonstrated, as like this picture. Here you can see the sagittal ones. And now we have chosen the axial ones. So in summary, a huge hypoechoic collection with fine low-level internal echoes is seen within the dilated vaginal canal. Similar mild collection is also seen extending to the cervical and endometrial cavities. There is no myometrial thinning, no pelvic collection, and no hydronephrosis or hydroureter. So these features conclude it as a case of hematometra and hematocolpos. Now the take-home message. In case of hematometra and hematocolpos, check the hydronephrosis and hydroureter, which occurs due to the distal ureteric compression. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and try to follow us on other social platforms. See you on the next one. Have a nice day.